Okay, here we go. We're continuing on with example 14, and this is page 23. I've just written down here the three parts of the example that are arithmetic, and we're going to look at them. Okay, so we need to be able to figure out the sum of this arithmetic series all the way up to the 8th term. All right, so that means we are calculating S8. All right. Now, do we know what that last term is? No, we do not. So that means we're going to choose this second formula because in our first formula, we have to actually know what the number un is. All right, let's figure out what we know. So we'll have, just copy down the formula first, Sn equals all right. Fill in what we know. We know we're calculating S8, which means n is equal to 8. So 8 over 2. 2 times u1, which is 1, and show some good substitution. Now we need to have a d value. So we actually need to calculate what d is equal to. But we already did that in the previous video. We took 5 subtract 1 equals 4, 9 subtract 5 equals 4. And therefore we know that d is 4. Okay, so we already calculated that here in the previous video. For this one we calculated d is 6, and for down here we calculated d as -8. All right, n we know is 8, subtract 1. Okay, let's just finish solving. So simplify things. 2 plus 4 times 7. 2 plus 28, that's 30, and so the sum of those first 8 terms, when we do 1 plus 5 plus 9, etc., all the way up to the 8th term, the sum of those terms will be 120. All right, number B. Same thing, we need to calculate Sn. We know what d is equal to, we don't know that last term, so we need to use the second formula. Okay. Instead of using the second formula, if you would rather do things in 2 steps, you can do that. So you absolutely can use this formula, but instead, just to show you another way, I'm going to do it in 2 steps. So first I'm going to calculate u7. So I know un for an arithmetic sequence is u1 plus d and minus 1. I want to calculate u7. I know that u1 is 6, and I know that d is also 6, and n is 7 here at this point. So 6 plus 6 times 6, 636, which is 42. So now I actually know this number is 42. So you could use that first formula instead. Sn equals n over 2 u1 plus un. We're calculating S7. That means the sum of the first 7 terms. 7 over 2. The first term is 6, and that 7th term is 42. So 7 over 2, 48. It's going to be 7 times 24, which is 168. Okay, just going to double check to make sure both of those answers are correct and that we're on the right track so far. So we've got number A, 120, number B, 168. Awesome. Okay, last one here that's arithmetic, number E. So again, we're going all the way up to U7, which means we're calculating S7. We can choose either of these 2 ways of doing it. Now, can you look back here and realize if you do this question in 2 steps, that's exactly what this formula does for us, is it combines this formula with this formula to create that second sum of arithmetic sequences formula. I'm going to use the big formula again this time around. And these are both in your formula booklet. Okay, so N is 7. 2 times U1, which is 132, plus D, which is negative 8, times N, which is 7. Another set of brackets here. Okay, just normal algebra. Negative 8 times 6. Minus 48. So 48, 58, 116. I'm going to assume this is a no calculator question. Whenever you can, get the chance to practice your skills of arithmetic. Okay, and then 58 over times 7, 56, 35, 40. So 406. Let's double check that. Make sure we're doing okay. No. The textbook says the answer is 756. So hopefully one of you guys saw my error here. Let's see. Use 7. Going to use 7, yes. 2 times 132. Ah, here it is right here. This should be 264. There's my error, 264. 264, which makes this 216, which makes this, I divided that by 2, which is 108, and then we'll have to multiply 108 by 7, 56, 756. Is that what I said the answer was? Yes, it is. Okay, so there's your 3 arithmetic sum of a series.